Video, we want to talk to you a little bit about labeling theory. And this is an idea that is kind of like in the same social bubble as self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yep.
And
a lot of people that have been following my work for a long time online know that I hate labels. They make fun of me for it.
And a lot of that has to do with labeling theory.
Yep.
Because when we give ourselves or put other people into labels, this actually goes with stereotyping too. Self-fulfilling prophecy and stereotyping. So whether it be for yourself or if you cast judgment on someone else and label them a certain way, if you believe in that label or if they believe in that label, there's a greater chance that you mold yourself and your personality into that label. And this has been demonstrated since the 1960s by social psychologists.
Yep.
It really...
So I'm going to give an example a little bit.
Okay, that's perfect.
If you tell your kid, like say you're a mom, and you tell your kid, you're just not good at this, like at math. You're just not good at math. Well, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Or you're my baseball star, right?
Yeah.
Then they really work a lot harder at developing those skills because that's the label you gave them.
Yeah, they have this idea about who they actually are as a person, and they spend significant amounts of their brain power and life trying to fit that mold.
Yeah, this is a big one with a lot of people will know why I hate labels around like victimhood. Say you were a victim of a crime. I do not identify with the word victim at all. Like still, and I've had a crazy life. Like I do not identify with that label or that name because I don't want to live out the actions of a victim.
Yeah.
And that I feel very strong about that.
What happens is when you victimize yourself and you say that you do not have control over a situation, you will unconsciously give away your control. And you will not actively work to change the situation to be in your favor. Because you are a victim and that's the label you've given yourself. And you will forever subconsciously try to maintain that idea.
Yep. And that's
not going to get you ahead in life. That's not going to fix your problem. That's just going to make you
I would just want to stress the labels you give to your children because, I mean, everyone's talking about change in the world right now, and the way we are going to change the world is through our children. That's just how it is. Sorry. Like your subconscious mind is developed by the age of 7. We can try really fucking hard to change it after that, and I know I do all the time. But really, it's not. Like, your work is through your children or the kids that you're working with in your life, your nieces, nephews, whatever it is. That is where you're going to make a difference in our future.
Yeah.
And so do not label them. Don't give them, let them be whoever they want. And don't give them these ideas and these labels and these stereotypes that they're going to live up to, and it's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, but also at the same time, and I have to go here, I know this is controversial, don't do that stupid shit where you don't label them when they're born because they need to choose their gender when they get older.
I don't think gender is labeling though. That's
well, some people think it is. It's
fact.
like, no motherfucker, your DNA doesn't care what you think, you're a man or a woman.
That's a biological fact. It's not really a label. They're calling it labeling though. They're crazy.
I mean, if you go on to develop gender dysmorphia, later on in your life, then, I mean, that's different. But don't be one of those parents who's like, oh, I don't want to label my newborn baby as a boy or a girl because I want them to pick. What? No. They're born a certain way, and if they go on to develop a mental disorder later where they think otherwise, then, let that happen. But
yeah, and work with it, but you don't need to encourage, their feeling of not belonging, too.
Yeah. Anyway, I had to go there. I know it's controversial, but, yeah. Anyway, so labeling theory. Don't label yourself in a certain way, unless I guess it's positive. Like if you,
I've used it to my benefit before.
Yeah,
I used to. So I wasn't very academic in school because I hated it and I hate being told what to do. And so I just like told myself that I was smart all the time, even though my teachers told me I was dumb. And it turned out to like work in my favor because then I started living out the actions of people that educate themselves, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it can work in, or I have people do this all the time with exercise, like I say. Or I tell them to tell their friends that they are like an exerciser. They do work out. They eat healthy. Personally identify with those labels. Like I'm a healthy eater. Like those kind of ones are helpful.
Yeah, well, here's another one that you do actually to this very day is you label yourself as authentic.
Yeah.
And so it's like you have this idea about yourself. This is what labeling is you have an idea about yourself, and you try to do everything to maintain this idea you have. And that can be very negative, like we just talked about, but it can also be very positive. Like, Briana's huge on being real, being authentic. And so she has labeled herself that way. Like, she succumbs to labeling theory on the regular. But it's in a beneficial way that lets her be true to herself.
Yeah, and the thing is knowing these, like, mindset things and these, I guess, cognitive loops. I don't know how I would describe them.
I don't know what she's doing right now. She's just like, hey, Dad, I'm gonna lay here.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, that was our cat intermission.
Yeah, but anyways, let's wrap it up.
Okay, I think we got the point across. So yeah, use labels beneficially, but acknowledge that they can, be detrimental too, especially when you use them in the wrong way in young children that are still developing kind of their unconscious thoughts. And it's going to
and their personal identity.
Yeah, it's going to put things in their head for the rest of their lives. That's going to take a lot of mental work to undo later on. There's a reason childhood trauma stays with you for so long and is such a bitch to try and overcome. So yeah, if you like this video, great. That's what we're trying to do. And if you know someone that likes to cast labels, then please share this video with them. Thanks.
Thank you.